I scare ya? What am I talking about? Of course I did. Yep, I've been known to be the scare king of my time. What the fuck am I talking about? Oi oi, how's it going? Today I want to talk about a game. If you couldn't read the title, we're talking about PT. Because I'm yet to do a game review on this channel, game review. But yeah, I have so many games that I want to review, and yet I've done absolutely nothing because I'm a lazy bastard. It's really fucking hot in here. I'm very in love with a game called PT, which is not really a game. It was more of a playable demo, or playable teaser, if you want to. It was very interesting to me. I was intrigued by the get-go. The first time I saw it when it came out on YouTube, and then I played it for myself, fell in love with it, deleted it because my PS4 got too full, and now I can never get it again. But anyway, I got the Unreal version, Unreal PT. It's not the same, but it comes pretty close. But today I want to talk about the original, but I kind of just want to review it and, talk about my experience and how the game not only engages me, but also intrigues me very much with all the little Easter eggs and unsolved mysteries. So yeah, let's jump right into it. There we go, 1 burp per episode, let's go. We start the game with an unnamed protagonist waking up in an empty dark room, followed by a door slowly opening. The protagonist walks through the door into a hallway with a claustrophobic, worn-out look. As he makes his way down to the hallway, there is a drawer to the left that has framed pictures assumed to be the owner of the house, the pictures being surrounded by pills. A radio can be heard from down the hallway towards the front of the house. It's a news report talking about the events of a man committing a double murder, shooting his wife and killing her, also their unborn child and their 6-year-old daughter. Then the father headed to his car, listening to the radio until 911 showed up. Next to the radio reporting this horrid event is a framed wedding photo assumed to be Lisa and her husband. Once the report concludes, an eerie silence follows until the same report plays over again. The protagonist heads downstairs and opens the door to find the exact same hallway the protagonist walked through when he woke up, with everything looking exactly the same, except for no report can be heard. Retracing the same steps as before leads to the door downstairs, however it won't open. As the protagonist walks back to try and find an open door, a sudden slam from one of the doors occurs, which repeats until an unlocked sound comes from the downstairs door. After a few loops, the protagonist can hear a thumping sound, and only stops once reaching the same door that was slamming a few loops prior. Once walking past the door, banging sounds can be heard, followed by crying noises from the door with all the banging. The next loop, every door is locked, and the only thing that can be heard is the squeaking of an overhead light. As the protagonist tries to open the downstairs door, another door creaks open, and a baby's cries get louder and louder, and as the protagonist tries to look through the crack of the door, a lady with her right eye gouged out smiles at the protagonist while slamming the door. The door downstairs opens, and the protagonist walks through, but instead of a hallway, the protagonist walks into a bathroom, the same room that the lady was in, and on the floor is a flashlight, which is the only source of light. As the protagonist looks around in the bathroom, it is rotten and infested with cockroaches. Suddenly, the door swings shut, and in the sink lies an unborn fetus clinging onto life. The fetus starts crying, and something starts to barge onto the door and tries to open it. After this tense interaction, everything stops, and the door opens. In the next loop, everything goes dark, and the audio goes weird, with glitches in the atmos and the constant distorted breathing in the ear. The radio report is also off, with the report going in and out of signal, and out-of-pocket lines such as,
"Don't touch that dial now, we're just getting started. You can't trust the tap water. Look behind you. I said, look behind you."
Lastly, some sort of code can be heard, 204863, which is still a mystery amongst the Silent Hill community. Some speculate that it's the birthday of Hideo Kojima, but I'm kind of not buying it. Next to the radio, it shows that the framed wedding photo has been vandalized with a cross on the bride and writing that says, "Gouge it out," followed by the bride's eye exploding, symbolizing the Gospel of Matthew, which states, "If the right eye causes you sin, gouge it out and throw it away." Also representing a similar look to the lady who also has the same eye gouged out from the loops prior. After another loop, the lights dim until the hallway is almost pitch black, and the light in the foyer is turned red. The overhead light has been replaced by a fridge, hung up by some rope. The fridge is dripping blood and swinging side to side, and the sounds of a child's screams can be heard coming from the fridge. On the wall is writing that reads, "I can hear them calling me from." And in the next loop, more writing can be found near the drawer, with all the pills on it, reading, "Hello." And each time the protagonist looks away from the writing on the wall, a letter would disappear until the only letter left is O. As the protagonist returns to the foyer with the writing, the sentence is complete, and the writing reads, "I can hear them calling me from hell." The protagonist makes his way through another loop and the fridge disappeared, and the radio playing eerie music and Swedish commentary. Not that one. Come on, man, it's a scary game. Stop making jokes up. Stop making jokes. This translates to,
Kan du höra din egen själs skrik? Låt oss välja. Min röst som förtäljer framtiden eller dina plågade rop. Nå, vad väljer du? Du kan välja. Ditt liv. Din framtid. Klok som du är, så kanske du redan upptäckte. Ja, radiodramat från 75 år sedan var sanning. De är här på vår. Och de övervakar och ser allt. Lita ej på mig. Lita ej på polisen. De är redan kontrollerade av dem. Så har det varit i 75 år nu. Endast vår mästare kan hålla dem. Du har en rätt. En rätt att bli en av oss. Så välkommen till vår värld. Mycket snart öppnas portarna till en ny dimension. 204863. 204863.
the next loop shows the hallway in a red glow and everything is sped up, and one of the photos on the wall has fallen off, revealing a peephole to the bathroom. Through the hole is an empty bathroom, with only the radio being heard. Suddenly, the sound of a woman getting her throat cut can be heard, followed by the dumping of a body in the bathtub. The bathroom door opens after the commotion, and the fetus takes a voice from the reporter of the radio, and we get some backstory on the protagonist and the relationship with his wife. The protagonist leaves the bathroom, and the room goes back to normal. The protagonist walks downstairs and opens the door, and everything starts to glitch and starts to fail, crashing the game, restarting it. The game starts up again. From here, the protagonist has to follow a selection of steps to actually complete the game, otherwise the cycle continues. This can be solved by finding picture fragments, and the details towards the last step are all in different writing when you collect each fragment. One in Japanese, one in Italian, one in German, one in English, and so forth. Each giving you a set of steps to follow, such as hearing a baby cry, hearing a bell, taking certain steps backwards, and so on. After these steps are completed, a baby's laugh can be heard, and a phone ringing with an unknown voice saying, "You have been chosen." The final loop fades to black. The final monologue talks from the perspective of a child and the actions and mannerism of his or her father. He was always wearing the same clothes and playing the same games, and following up with his unoriginality when it came to killing the family, concluding with, "I'll be coming back." We finally get a look at the protagonist who walks an empty street, and it reveals to be Norman Reedus. The thing I love about the playable teaser is that the game is randomized, making scares surprising and unique. And there are so many unanswered questions, and the more you play, the more you uncover and pick up on small things. After encountering Lisa, you can find a paper bag in the starting room, which brings up some more possible answers, exemplified through analysing what is said, such as, "I saw me walking in front of myself," which breaks the fourth wall, connecting the player to the protagonist, and the player is watching the protagonist walk. And the line prior, "I could do nothing but walk," is what the protagonist has been doing the whole game, unable to do anything else such as hide or fight back. The bag ends with the line that is plastered all over the game, that being, "The only me is me, are you sure the only you is you?" Symbolizing whatever is in the bag knows it's its own entity with no one else controlling it. Something that the protagonist can't relate to, since the player is controlling him. Also, all the radio reports about murder-suicides make it pretty obvious that they're all connected in some way, and is slowly uncovered that the protagonist is in a similar predicament of the past husbands. Whether he murdered his wife is unclear, but judging by the monologue, it's assumed so. Another noticeable plot point was the out-of-pocket radio transmission that spoke about, "Only you can choose your own future. Don't trust anyone, don't trust the police. They are already controlled by them." Makes me think of the entities that manipulate or take form of people, ending with, "The gates of a new dimension will open." My best guess, it could be something similar to the tethered in the film Us. You know, not being yourself and creating like a worse version of yourself. I really gravitate towards the mystery of this game in a similar way that FNAF fans try to theorize the story of that universe. Like, even the little details intrigue me, such as when the game crashes, it can crash in 6 different ways based on your encounters with Lisa and the order of events/actions you've done, with each crash screen saying something different, creating blurred lines between game and reality. The first crash screen is in black and reads, "This game is fictitious and cannot harm you in any way." The second is also a black screen, but this one reads, "Fix this damn bug, cause unknown," before release. The third is a grey screen that reads, "Development halted due to inexplicable bug." The fourth screen is red and it reads, "I'm heading there now." The fifth is one in yellow that reads, "I'll call later." And the last one is in white and reads, "Knowing you, I was sure that you'd notice this game and play it. I will never, can never, forget that day 20 years ago. I have something to tell you. Contact me, Jay." Which is still a mystery to me. I can't find out who Jay is at all. I hope you guys enjoyed my... Wow, it got bright all of a sudden. What the fuck? On the viewfinder, I look like pasty white, whiter than I already am. That's weird. Oh no. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Was it a review? I don't think it was a review. A video essay, I guess. Let's turn it into a review real quick. I give it 10 gouged eyes out of 10. There we go. It's official. We've done it. Game review. Okay, cool. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. What should you comment? No one's gonna comment anyway. Alright, see ya.